And we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Hawkwinds Radio Picture Show. I'm your host, Jay Smooth, and we have an awesome show for you guys tonight. Tonight, she is from Chicago, Illinois, has been making music for a little bit over 8 years, and is formerly known as Cakes. Give it up for Vlvt Red.
Hello. Hi. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming.
Very grateful, of course.
Yeah. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Good. It's Wednesday, middle of the week, ready to go, ready for the weekend. You know how it is.
Any exciting plans for the weekend?
Actually, yeah, I'm going to Sedona on Friday. Yeah.
What is that, like Arizona? Arizona? Yeah. You music related or
leisure related, but of course I make it music related always. Get some content, you know what I mean, and do some hiking, so kind of hand in hand. But I'm excited because I'll get some content.
Yeah, that's always good, gotta get the views,
Exactly.
Who would have thought in like 2026 that now we have to be not just musicians but like content creators too, you know what I mean?
And content creators.
It's a whole wild.
Like
when I was young, I was like, I just want to be in my room and make music, and then hopefully people like listen.
Right.
Now it's like make music and then put yourself out there before the
All
music even comes out.
Right. I know. Come up with a whole marketing plan, promo, this, that, but I find it fun. I'm not gonna lie. I do find it fun. I think like it's kind of an ability to bring your personality out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so.
It definitely is.
Oh yeah. Some people hate it, but I love it.
Yeah, I feel you. So for the people watching at home who don't know who you are, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, and then what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Yeah, of course. I'm Vlvt Red, like he said, formerly known as Cakes. I used to do multiple genres, but now I'm sort of pertaining to alt rock, more of the instrumental kind of vibe. I really wanted to just flourish in that field because Paramore is my favorite, so I had to pay homage.
No, I have to ask, like old school Paramore or like the new school, like Ain't It
old
Fun?
School Paramore, of course. Can never go wrong. Old school Paramore. I do like new school Paramore because I just love Hayley Williams. She's great, but old school Paramore for sure.
Yeah. Is that what inspired the red hair?
Yeah, that, and also just kind of I used to do different colors, so I'm like, let's try red now. It works.
So formerly known as Cakes, right?
Yes. Yeah.
What made you want to go from? Well, first of all, your older music is a little bit more like electronic, a little bit more poppy.
Yeah, more EDM,
more
right. R&B, that kind of
right.
stuff. Which I wanted to do multiple genres, and I was doing, and recording demos of everything. But I think like once we figured out that this is like just such a sound for me, I think I just wanted to kind of stick to my roots and what felt like home for me, for sure. That's why I kept the name still not similar, obviously, but like there's a theme, you know what I mean? Cakes to Vlvt Red, obviously red velvet cake.
Or like you're all like Cakes like the cake, or like Velvet Red like the cake.
Exactly. And we did stuff with the V's too, since Cakes was spelled CVKES, so it's still kind of like on brand, but also giving it its own sort of light.
Right.
For sure. So.
At what moment were you like, okay, I've had enough of Cakes, time to rebrand? What was that like?
I think like internally, because everything's just sort of changing in my life as well as myself. This idea kind of came to me last year when we started really working on the rock music. And I don't know, I just kind of, because like I said, life has sort of just aligned the way that it has. I just ripped the Band-Aid off and I'm like, it's time. I'm ready to just be in this new energy, new era, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just ready to embark on this new journey. It's still me, but better.
Yeah. New year, new me type of shit.
New sound.
New sound. There you go. Well, before we get into that, take me back to when you first realized, like, I kind of want to get into music. Do you remember, like, maybe a specific song that you heard? Maybe, like...
Yeah.
A noise. What was that experience like?
It was Avicii. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of the name right now? But it was like the. So wake me up. Okay, that's
There
what it
you
was.
go.
Yeah, it was Wake Me Up. Sorry.
Everybody knows that song.
Of course. And it was that song for me that I started doing music more on the EDM side. So I was like, I went to my first festival. I was like, okay, this is it. I always wrote lyrics, but I was always kind of afraid of singing.
Yeah.
And so I was like, let me just do something else. So I was like, cool, let's just try DJing. Let's try going down that route. I went to my first festival, and it was that song that I was just like, I'm doing this. Yeah. This is it. Like, the feeling that I just got listening to this song, I want to be able to give that to people. So I went to Somerset in Wisconsin. I think it was 2016.
Was that your first Somerset or first show, like EDM show ever?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was. And I just like fell in love with the culture and everything. It was incredible. And there's like, Somerset at the time was doing rap and EDM, so it was nice to see kind of like everything, yeah. And I was like, yo, this is it. So I like literally got a pair of decks, started like learning how to DJ right away.
Oh yeah.
You know, got Ableton, this, that, and we just went full force into it. And it wasn't until school that I was like, you know what? I've always loved to sing and I've always loved to write, and that's what I need to focus on. So
yeah.
But yeah, no, it was definitely that song, and it was EDM like will always have a home with me too, for sure.
Yeah.
But no, I
Somerset.
fell in love with it. I fell in love with the feeling.
I went to Electric Forest one year, and that's when I was like, oh shit, EDM's kind of cool, actually. Yeah. And I was always like very straight, like metal, rock and roll up until that point. One of my friends took me for like 3 days of fucking taking mushrooms and fucking
Sweet. Hell yeah.
I was just like taking mushrooms and smoking a lot of weed. There was like a point where I didn't even know where it was for a little bit.
I think you're in the forest. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah,
go
exactly. Do you remember the things that were consumed at your first Somerset?
Yeah, it was.
You don't have to say it if you don't want to.
No, it's okay. I don't mind. I mean, the song I just released was literally talking about drugs. Definitely took ecstasy for the first time. Wait, actually, did we? We tried to. I think it was just like Molly water or something, but it didn't work.
It didn't work. Molly water didn't work.
No, it wasn't until like the shows after that it finally did work. But I think we tried. We were just smoking weed for the first festival. Then after that, yeah. It's like you get into that culture and you just...
It's like inevitable, you know what I mean? Like you go there, there's some dude offering you like sometimes free drugs.
Right.
Like what the fuck?
You're young as hell, just like... Let's go.
Let me take some Molly water and like
literally, you know that thing where like you think of like back in the day where you told your like mom, oh, I'm gonna be here and here, but you're just like fucked up in the back of a car or something.
I hope my son gets home safe, and I'm just there. I see God. Oh, oops. Man.
Sorry, mom.
Sorry, mom. I shouldn't have used those $20 on beer. She said, buy food with these $20. Sure thing, Mom. I'll fucking buy beer.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
The essentials.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So you go to Somerset, you buy your first decks, and then you start off as Cakes, correct?
Yeah, it was actually going to be Death Kitty back in the day because I wanted to do dubstep.
Okay. Barry Wub Wub.
Very Wub Wub. And from there, I was kind of in between Patty Cakes as a name. And my friend was just like, why don't you just shorten it and do Cakes? I'm like, yo, genius. So
Cakes with the V.
Yeah, and because I wanted to do multiple genres, I was like, how do I pick something that still gives me like the ability to do multiple genres? Because I just didn't really know what I wanted to do at the time. I mean, and still to this day, I still work on multiple genres, but like the rock just like hits home, like I said.
Yeah,
so,
I feel you.
Literally.
Yeah. So you start off your musical career as Cakes, and then there was this one song that kind of stood out to me a little bit called Savior. Yeah. And then can you talk to me a little bit about that song? What was the thought process behind writing that song?
So Savior was actually written as a letter to myself because I have a little bit of an attachment to love. All my friends, if they hear this, are like, little bit, girl. So for me, it's like, as someone who's always chased love, I needed to kind of step back and realize that I need to put that love into myself. So the song is essentially written about like, you don't need a savior. You're going to save yourself. And it's a letter to myself to just like let myself know that like you're safe with me. You know what I mean? And I think that the best thing that we can do in order to even heal after relationships that have, left you kind of in the ringer, through the ringer of just whatever, is to just give yourself grace, forgive yourself, and forgive the other person or whoever, you know what I mean, and just put all that love and energy into yourself. And
I feel that.
And then, you know, whoever comes along after that is going to be just for you, you know what I mean? Because I feel like if we don't give ourselves the time, and that's something that I've always done too, is I never gave myself the time to like actually fall in love with self, you know what I mean? So it was like I needed to write a song just to remind myself like, hey, you got this, and like you're gonna be okay.
This is who I am.
This is who I am.
I don't need
like,
no man.
I don't need.
I got 2 jobs.
No, literally. And now after like splits of everything and just sort of like finally being like, no, now I'm locked in. I wrote a song literally called "I Don't Need a Man." That was rock. So,
Oh yeah.
So
was that song under Cakes or under? You
that one is gonna be under Velvet Red. Yeah. So Cakes was the more nicer side. The "I Don't Need a Man" is definitely gonna be a little more aggressive, but hey, we're doing rock music now, so you got to.
You gotta put some screams in there, man.
Gotta put some screams in there.
So you're doing this as Cakes, and then all of a sudden, what happened? If I can ask, what happened in your life that you were like, oh shit, I have to completely go and rebrand myself as like now a new artist?
I finally realized my true attachment to love, even after I thought I had it figured out.
You realized all your faults. I'm just kidding.
I mean, essentially too, you know what I mean? Like, it always takes 2 to tango with everything that we do. So, you know what I mean? Like, also too, when you're someone who chases love, it's like you don't see certain things in the moment of, you know what I mean? You don't allow yourself to kind of like have your eyes open because all you want is that love. And for me, it was just like I didn't even give myself grace to like heal from certain things that I've been through, and I didn't want to be alone, you know what I mean? It was just like, no, I'm just gonna continue to do and take whatever is coming my way. And yeah, and for me, it just like it's the chasing for me. It's like, why am I the one chasing love right now, you know what I mean? So I think when it finally came to an understanding of like, oh shit, because again, I was gonna do this name change and everything last year when I had come up with the idea, but just like with like everything, music super aligns with the way that my life goes.
Right.
So even though I was working on some of the music and everything, it didn't really feel right to do this until like everything came crumbling apart in my life. Everything that I like, you know, when you have like a vision, an idea of how your life is gonna go, and then like it just all comes crumbling down.
Trust me, I was supposed to be a millionaire by now.
Exactly.
Trust me, I know.
So no, facts. So like literally it was just like, oh shit, I did it again. You know what I mean? Like I was attached to love.
It's like Britney Spears said.
Again. Oops, I did it again.
Oh
fuck.
shit.
So
now I'm sad.
Right. So literally like in that moment I was like, this is the time. And even there's like a content on my page that I made. I had an idea to do this for the longest time, but again, like it's just when everything happened, it kind of just all made sense. And now I'm like, I want to be alone. I love being alone. I love being with self. And
no one messes with your peace. You know what I mean?
No, and I never had that in my life. It was always like, I don't want to be alone. You know what I mean? Like just like this detrimental, like, ugh. And I'm still kind of like working through that energy as it's still kind of like fresh. So obviously the wound is still there, but like I'm starting to understand more and more and more. And even my friends are just like, you're doing great, bro. Like, you're doing phenomenal with this. So I'm like, sick. And I think like everything happens for a reason. And I think I needed this, you know what I mean? Just as much as like, sometimes 2 people just are not meant to be. And as much as we want to push and pull and make it happen, it's just not.
Sometimes we just chase like that small moment that we felt with somebody else, thinking it's gonna happen again, and then all of a sudden we're just chasing nothing.
Literally. And at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like if 2 people really love each other, like they'll make everything work with the way. So it's like if it falls apart, then you just know God is protecting you in that way. You know what I mean? So I kind of just needed that as like the final straw of like, okay, I need to stop. I need to just surrender. You know, and just like I need to stop trying to control, as in like go out of my way to do this, that, and the third. It's time to just put my hands up, focus on the music, focus on me, and actually do what I told myself I would do, like in Savior. And so yeah, I just felt time like I did the cake where I literally like burned the top of like the cakes to reveal Velvet Red at the bottom. And when I like shit you not, when I did that video, it literally felt like a part of me was dying that needed to die. So I was like, yes. And then so much shit happened in my life where literally like I got into an accident that wasn't my fault and I lost my car. So it's like I'm coming into this energy with everything completely new.
Just fucking
cars
new. Totaled, relationships dead.
Relationships dead, car totaled, all this shit is going down. I have a blank slate in my life to just completely start over, getting a new car, but it's like all new things that are better. You know what I mean?
It needed to die in order for some, you know what I mean, something new to grow.
Yeah, and just to provide the space to just allow these other things to come in without me trying to just like, I want this, so I'm gonna, you know what I mean, try to like keep this here or blah blah blah. And it just doesn't work like that sometimes.
No, that makes sense. The human brain can only take up so much like thinking space in like a day or whatever the fuck or whatever they say. So for somebody to be worried about multiple things and not having their like perspectives in order, it takes a lot. Sometimes
my priorities were not straight because again, like, you know, you have this attachment to love, so I always put another person at the forefront even before me, and I put them on a pedestal of like, okay, what do I need, what does this person need from me? And that's just not fair to me at the end of the day, you know what I mean? So
who's worrying about you at the end of the day, you know?
Right.
How bad was that car accident?
It wasn't that bad. That's what's crazy. It wasn't that bad. So for them to even like total loss the car, but I guess this is what insurance do. It really wasn't that bad. But
were you driving?
Yeah, I was driving, but like it was the day that it was super snowy out. So the guy, like, fortunately, like nothing happened to us either, but like he spun out because of the snow, and he hit me, and then I hit something on the other side. So because there was and I had an Audi, so because there was damages on both sides, it's the bodywork and the paint that's like super expensive now. So it's like with the value of the car, yada yada yada, whatever. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about insurances.
I guess
so.
I guess that's what insurance is for.
Exactly. I'm like, okay, but now I'm kind of just like, okay, this is happening, but this is happening for me. Like, it was a huge lesson of like all these things being sort of taken away, but like what comes out of that is just more learning, more understanding, more patience too, and surrender, and just trust and faith.
Right, like the beauty coming out of the rubble type thing.
Yeah, phoenix rising from the ashes.
Nice.
Very, very aggressive pop punk era. We're ready. I lost it all, so now I'm here and gaining it back.
I hate you, now I'm gonna write about it. Well, do you remember the first song you wrote as Vlvt Red?
It was Lovers. Well, I guess I started kind of working on rock with some of my friends, but it wasn't like a full song. So the full song that I first wrote was Lover's Quarrel, which should hopefully, if everything works out as it's meant, it should be out hopefully next month. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, Lover's Quarrel, which it makes sense now for like the timing of it even being released. So yeah, and that one was just like, my friends were just like, yo, what the fuck? This is it. Like, you need to just go full force into this rock stuff because this is it for you. But what made the change really like super clear is I did a cover of Paramore's All I Wanted. And I did that even so long ago.
All I wanted was you.
Yes. And
classic.
Literally. And we did that, and my teacher, who I went to SAE for music, and he always comes here to record. He has a studio in London, and when he heard me do that, he was just like, bro, this is it. Like, this is it for you.
You gotta do
so
it.
Those kind of things just sort of like made the changes more permanent.
So up until that point, you were mostly like EDM. Then you did that. Your music teacher was like, this is it. You were like, this kind of like enforces what I was already trying to do type of thing.
Facts. Yeah. Plus too, I think like with my vocal range of everything, it's like rock really allows my vocals to shine, and I feel like each song that I work on, I progressively get better and better at it. So I'm like, cool, like this is what we gotta keep going with.
The more you work at it. Other than Paramore, what are some of your influences that you have on your music?
Definitely like for the EDM stuff, Becky Hill has always been like a personal favorite. I love Avicii too, obviously.
Avicii.
But I'm very like not picky. I listen to everything. That's probably why I did multiple genres in the
That makes
beginning.
sense. Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't know what to choose.
Yeah.
I used to play a lot of Rock Band as a kid, so it was just like any of the like mainstream songs on there was like it for me. But in terms of like writing and in terms of like everything like that, yeah, I would say definitely Becky Hill for sure. Definitely Paramore. Definitely anybody who can tell a story. I love J. Cole too, just because of the storytelling. And anybody who can really captivate me to just like truly listen to the lyrics and listen to this story, I'm there. Yeah.
No, that's cool. So you have was this your last release, Throw in the Towel, the last one you just did?
Yeah, it's my first ever Velvet Red release.
Your first ever official
Yes.
Velvet Red release, yeah.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about the writing process behind that, and then maybe like what's your favorite lyric from that?
So Throw in the Towel was written during a time where everything was very confusing. My friends and I were drinking a lot, going on benders a lot. And it was a pretty intense time.
As one should.
As one should. You know what I mean? You're getting in your rock star area. What do? You just do drugs.
Can't be a rock star without Jack Daniels, you know?
Literally. So I, for one, was just like, I need to be better. Like, I don't want this to be the thing that it is. And it was kind of a cry for help, really. I guess my favorite line from there is I keep praying, asking God, can you save me? Because it's just like, although like all these things were happening, and maybe it wasn't so excessive to like someone who, you know, is constantly doing whatever every weekend, but it was done a lot, and it was enough for me to be like, something needs to change. And I feel like there's something internally that's going on that I need to face, that I'm coping with all these substances with.
Right.
And, you know, because of that, it was just like the song that was very like, yeah, cry for help, call out to God, because it's literally written about not giving up, because you want to throw in the towel. That's normally what you're meant to do. But I guess even in there too, you know, don't throw in the towel. Like, this feeling will be gone in an hour. Literally, all you got to do is just sit with it, ride it out, and it's going to go away and you'll be fine. So even though all these things were happening around me where like it was part of the crumbling down, I still had my faith, and I still allowed that to carry me through the tough times. And yeah, anytime I felt low, I would just listen to that song, and I'm like, all right, we got it. We gonna be all right. Just give it an hour.
We gonna be all right. So you said you were struggling with substances. What was that like? Do you remember like the turning point or the exact moment where you're like, man, this needs to stop? Like, were you drinking at that point? Are you sober now, like completely?
Yeah, I am sober now. I do like smoke here and there.
California sober.
Yeah, California sober.
There you go.
Because I used to smoke every day, and so I was also coping with weed. So I was just like, you give it a rest and at least see how I am. And then if I could just introduce it back where I can just here and there, then it'll be fine. I don't mind that, because weed never really was a problem for me. It was just the coping aspect of it that was a problem. So I allowed myself to do that, and that was great. With the drinking and everything too, it was kind of hand in hand, where I was just like, no, this needs to stop. It just was 1 month where I was like, bro, it's time. So with the drinking, I stopped a little bit before, because I wasn't really drinking that excessively. But during that time when we were writing Throw in the Towel, yeah. And I was like, is this even me, or am I like just, this is like what we're doing and I'm just going along? You know what I mean? Like
I barely remember this.
Right. So I'm like, okay, this is like, you need to stop. So I kind of just slowed down on the drinking on its own. And then some of the drugs we were doing, it was just like here and there.
What kind?
Definitely learned a lot. Molly, yeah, for sure. Shrooms. But shrooms are fine.
Shrooms are fine. They're natural. Who cares? Natural.
Exactly. Here and
Any
there.
crazy Molly stories that you can tell?
Man, I'm trying to think. I mean, not necessarily. We would just
like
too
crazy. I can't say
literally we would just like listen to music and just talk and chill, and just like a few of our friends would just hang out and have a ball.
Have you ever come up with any song ideas under the influence of anything?
I think I've tried to with Molly, because I'm always like super hype and I want to, but It just never happened. We're just like, hey, and I want to chill now.
Yeah. There was intent to do so.
There was intent with shrooms. I don't even remember. I feel like no. I feel like that'll be my next goal. But no, I don't think so. Not that I can think of off the top of my head of any songs that were created during that time.
I feel that.
With weed though, yeah.
All the time. I'm always on weed, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
A lot of sometimes when I interview musicians, they say that like some sort of substance helps their creative mind or whatever. But ever since you became sober, where do you think your creativity comes from?
From personal experiences and just like my internal state. Because I definitely like I'll hop on when I like am in an emotion or like I'm feeling something, you know, particular. I feel like there's some people who can kind of force themselves to get there, and I feel like I can. But the way that like my life aligns, it's always like, okay, I need to sit and write this music. So I feel like I was afraid without the weed. I'm like, oh my God, am I going to be able to write? But I was fine. So I was like, cool.
Has there been like a weird place that you've gotten inspiration out of nowhere where you're like doing something out of nowhere? Oh, there's a song lyric.
No, I mean, the way that I write is literally I'll sit with whatever beat I find or whatever beat I have sent to me, and I'll just let the beat tell the story.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I pick a theme of whatever. It could be something that I'm currently going through or something I have gone through, and then I'll just sit with it, and whatever comes out, comes out. And then I'm like, all right, I guess I'm writing about this.
I'm going with it.
I'm like very introspective and a very feelings type of person. So it's like something that I have to feel in the moment, and I feel like it's like poetry to me. It just all flows out of me.
It just comes out.
Literally. When I'm like there in the moment.
Oh,
But yeah, no, I don't think I could ever think of a moment where I was just like, oh, that'd be a fire lyric.
Do you play a lot of shows?
Whenever I get asked. So we did one at a fashion show this month. And then in February I had one too.
No.
So already we did.
And was that as Cakes or Velvet Red?
These were at Vlvt Red.
At Velvet Red, yeah.
Yeah, this year I'm kind of solely just doing
Just
Vlvt
Velvet
Red
Red,
stuff. Unless somebody wants to release some EDM or R&B.
Yeah. What's one of your favorite venues that you've played at so far? And after that, what's like a venue that you dream of playing at in Chicago?
We did Sub T upstairs once, which was fire. And then I love Book Club. Book Club, the way
Shout out Book Club. They're great.
They are. The way that they've set everything up is phenomenal. I love performing at Book Club. It's always a vibe. I definitely want to do some of the like bigger ones like Shuba's. Have I performed it? No, I have not performed at Shuba's. No. Cole's Bar, I've performed at Cole's Bar.
Cole's Bar is awesome. Shout out Cole's.
Yeah,
they have a really cool like music scene down at Cole's. They have like the little back room.
Yeah.
And then they also have like comedy stuff happening every so
yes,
often.
Yeah. I was at Cole's for a comedy show one time, for real. I haven't been there in a minute, so I'll probably add that to the list of places I would like to perform again. But yeah, definitely Shoebuzz is probably on my list of like I need to go there in Chicago.
Have you performed anywhere outside of Chicago?
No, other than like I've been at home in Poland singing at my cousin's wedding. So if you call that a performance.
Did you sing in Polish?
No, I sang a cover of Steven Sanchez's song, and I definitely did not sing in Polish. You'd think. They listen to a lot of English music.
I'm just kidding.
Fine. And then in Mexico, I did karaoke too. So if you count that.
Oh, nice.
That was like my biggest crowd ever because it's a resort, so there's hella people.
Everyone's just there.
Everyone was there vibing. I'm like,
what's
cool.
your go-to karaoke song?
Either Until I Found You, which is the Steven Sanchez cover, or I do Flowers by Miley Cyrus because that one was a good one that my parents love when I do. So I'll do that one. Or Amy Winehouse. I love doing Amy Winehouse too. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of singers like Amy Winehouse. My go-to karaoke song is Toxic by Britney Spears.
Fuck yeah. That's awesome. That's amazing. Oh my goodness.
So when you play out at shows, what's the energy that you're trying to invoke onto the crowd when you're performing?
I just want him to sit back and listen. Maybe not sit back, stand back and listen.
So you want to invoke more of like of a chill, like this is.
Yeah, well, you know, I guess when I do the rock stuff, like I do get a vibe of like people dancing and having a good time, which has been awesome because it kind of hypes me up too. But back when I did some of my more emotional stuff, like as Cakes, yeah, it would kind of just be like a silence fills the room and like everybody's just tuning in and listening, which I love because my whole basis for like even doing music is the healing aspect of it. I want to, allow people the space to heal themselves through music, through my personal experiences that allows them to relate, you know what I mean? And gives them that space to be like, hey, like somebody also went through this and I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be fine. That's why I always tell the story from start to finish in any part of my music and my lyrics. So I kind of I just want that listening. I just want that sort of like we're connecting now on a deeper level than just like you're just here, listening to some random artist. It's like, I'm with you.
Like, I know this song was written about you.
It's for you, exactly.
That's awesome. So other than when you were drinking a lot, is there any other time that you felt like throwing in the towel?
Plenty of times.
Yeah.
Plenty of times.
How did you cope? I mean, yeah, I guess how did you get over that, and what made you want to keep going?
I think in like me as a person, I have a pretty good understanding of life, and even when I am going through the ringer, there's always that voice in the back of my head that's like, it's gonna be okay, you know what I mean? Like, either you've been here before or this is something new you're experiencing, but you have to experience it, because I always look at the bright side of things. What is this going to teach you? What is this going to allow you to evolve and become better? And the whole point of living is to become better, have these experiences and become better. And we get trials and tribulations not to be angry at God or whatever it is that you believe, but to literally grow and evolve so that we can learn from our mistakes or learn from our experiences and continue forth and bring that into the next phase of life, because we're constantly changing and we're constantly evolving. So I think when I have that at the back of my mind, it's like, no matter what emotions I'm going through, I know that, one, I'll write some good ass music out of this.
Oh man, yeah, exactly. Have you ever like stayed in a situation just because you're like, man, the song that's about to write out of this?
No, but like it feels like my life just throws me situations like that, just so I could write about it. Because then like it'll be coming time to release, and sometimes I'll write something for my future self, and then it'll become time to release, and I'm like, that's why I wrote it like that. Now it makes sense. And so I'm like, I know if I'm writing something for myself, somebody's gonna listen to it and be like, okay, I'm picking up what she's putting down. So yeah,
I'm feeling this for sure.
Literally.
Yeah. What's like one struggle that people wouldn't realize from listening to your music that you've had on your journey?
For sure, you'll be able to tell I've had a lot of relationship struggles.
I interviewed another artist a couple weeks ago, and she also writes a lot about like heartbreak and love. She called herself the situationship queen.
That's awesome. But I think maybe in Savior, that's literally the only one where I sort of mention a deeper mental health. And there was a time when I did almost commit suicide. And I think like that is probably, well, maybe you'll be able to tell from some of my songs, because some of them do get pretty depressing on the Cake side. But I don't think it's like a prominent thing where it was like people know it's to that extent, because I don't really talk about it too much, you know what I mean? But it's just like, that was a huge part of how I even learned to sort of be with self and get through these certain things and process certain emotions. It's just for some reason, love is like the only thing that I'm like, damn, I don't know how to do this shit for real. They just love too deeply sometimes, but it's okay. That's not a bad thing. Yeah, I mean, I guess I would say, if anything, that, because I really kind of put my heart on my sleeve, and I also kind of just like really put it all out there, because it's like, I just know people need it. You know what I mean? Yeah. If I need it, I know people need it. So I don't know if there's anything that wouldn't be as obvious of a struggle of mine. I'm an open book, baby. I'll share whatever. I think that's what makes a great artist, is being able to share.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that makes sense. You shouldn't be ashamed of who you are. You know what I mean? Your past doesn't define you. It's what you're, I guess, how you fix it and what you're
Yeah,
trying to be,
right.
I guess.
How you move forward.
You know
how
what I
you
mean?
grow.
Yeah,
how you
yeah.
learn from it. Yeah, facts.
Speaking of relationships, what are like some red flags that you find in a partner that you're just like, not, nah.
That's my issue. Is that
You're
I
like,
literally
don't find
off the
any.
top of my head, I can't think of any because I'm just so like I'm so easygoing. You'd think that I would get to a place where, I could be like, yeah, that's a red flag. I'll be like, I don't see any red flags. But now that we've been sort of sitting with it a little bit, I think like the ability to support and be kind of like open with you and honest communication and everything. Like, well, I guess the green flag, what the hell am I saying? I'm sorry. See, I guess I gotta sit with it, man.
I don't like honest communication. I don't like it when they're open.
I don't like when I can sense the dishonesty. It's just that I need to become better at discerning kind of things now that I've been sort of out to be able to look at everything and kind of change and create a different perspective on everything. I think what I need to do next is come up with a list of red flags that I will not allow because, I think like because I've allowed a lot of things in my life that I probably could have saved myself a lot of trouble. I think I just see the good in people, you know what I mean? And it's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing and a curse because you will just ride it out till the very end, even when you're kind of getting, battered. But
shit.
yeah, I think I'll always see the good in people. I don't think that's ever going to change about me. But I think what I need to do is definitely have a better discernment. So I guess just trust. The red flag would be sort of like, I guess, the dishonesty, or when you can tell that someone maybe doesn't have the best interests. You know what I mean? But it's a matter of me to sense that and not just overlook it.
Like you said, it takes two to tango.
It takes two to tango, for real.
Now, on the opposite spectrum, what are your red flags?
As in me as a person, what kind of red flags do I think I have? Definitely over dramatic. Sometimes I'd be dramatic as fuck. That's definitely a red flag of mine. And yeah, I feel like I do tend to get a little bit like attached to someone, where I make their life like about me, where, like I said, I kind of put myself behind the other person, which I don't want to do that anymore. But I feel like that could also be a red flag too, because it's just like, oh, she's not doing all the things that she used to do for herself. And like sometimes that is what also attracts another person to you too. So it's like when you kind of like put other things ahead of you, you're kind of, I feel like that's sort of putting you in a position where another person looks at you differently because you're not the same. You're
Some
not
people
doing
look
this,
at that and
right.
they're like, okay, that's cool, I can deal with that.
Right. And it's like, so I guess that would be another red flag too. I'm telling you, like, I think my red flags is just my attachment to love. And
you're like, I see no red flags.
No, I'm
Everything's
sure.
a green flag.
Yeah, like, yeah. That's a red flag too of mine. That I see no red flags.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Now that you've recorded a couple songs, I want to talk about like some studio do and don'ts that you think are like, essential. Like, what are like 3 studio do's and 3 studio don'ts that you think are like, okay, if you're a musician, don't do this at a studio, or you kind of have to do this?
Do's for sure, prep and get like everything that you want going, just so you kind of come in with a game plan. That way it kind of like expedites your time. You're paying for time, you might as well use the most out of it. So, get your demos in and ready to go so that you know what to do when you're coming in. So I guess prep would be my number 1 do.
Practice.
Practice. Get in there and go. Another do is either like water or tea, just to like prep your vocals. And I just started learning to do these like vocal exercises prior to singing. So it makes such a difference.
It's like stretching your muscles, kind of.
Literally. And it makes it so much better. So definitely do. I guess that kind of goes in prep too, but like, yeah, do vocal exercises for sure, and make sure you're treating your vocal cords as an instrument and allowing that to like give it a little bit of time to prep, to exercise it, to get it out there, because then when you finally start recording, oh babe, you're gonna be smooth sailing.
Nice.
Don't I guess do speak up in anything that you need, or if that, and this is a do for me that I need to remember and utilize, because sometimes I'm just too nice, you know what I mean, so I don't want to say anything, but like speak up in terms of if there's something you do or don't like, you know what I mean, and don't be afraid to like have that communication open, because the producer is there to help you, and he's can't read your mind, so
kind of works for you guys.
yeah, exactly, so do speak up. My don'ts is definitely don't backseat drive the engineer. Speak up, but also
let the man do his job.
Let the man do his job.
Or woman.
Yeah, or woman, of course. So yeah, definitely that is a don't. Don't come in fucked up. I've
Not
never,
too fucked up.
Right. I've never had that, but I have had like people come into the session of just like either the person I'm working with, family or friends, where they've been fucked up and they like spilled a bunch of shit, and I'm like, I'm literally like, oh my goodness, and the engineer's just looking at me like, what are you? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was gonna go like this. So don't come fucked up.
Studio dues, make sure you grab the biggest drink and put it in the mixing board.
Oh god, don't no water near the equipment. Please. Yeah, don't come fucked up. And what would be my last one? Let's see. I don't know. I think that's it. I think that's pretty much it.
That's pretty valid.
Yeah, it's pretty valid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's harder for you, starting an idea or finishing up a song that you're just like, I don't know where to end this?
When I like actually sit down with it, I can finish a whole entire song. So I definitely, but I would say finishing it for sure would be the more harder portion, because I'll do my like vocal melodies at first, and usually the idea will kind of be in that sort of like melody, so I'll just keep listening to it and I'll start writing. And sometimes as I'm writing, because I'm so introspective about my lyrics, is that like I'll sit there sometimes and it'll take me just way longer than it needs to write a line, because I'm like, it's gotta like make sense, you know what I mean? And like, so definitely the finishing part of it for sure, because the ideas can be there and they're beautiful, but in order to get my brain happy with the product that I'm putting out, I need it to like have this deep meaning, and sometimes that puts me in a position of like, bro,
no, I can't finish it.
I know, I'm just like, okay, just sit with it, it's gonna be okay. Yeah, so definitely finishing for sure.
When you write songs about like heartbreak or whatever, do the people that you're writing about know you're writing about them?
Probably.
Have they ever confronted you about it?
No, they've never confronted me about it. There was a time like one of my exes and I like were still in cahoots after we had broken up, and like I wrote my first ever diss track, which is out on Cakes. And he wrote a diss track too, and we like sent it to one another, and I was like, mine's just better.
Mine's better.
I mean, his was all right. Don't get me wrong. His was still good, but I actually released mine. So yeah, same thing on the Cakes Vlvt.
Was there a line on that track that you remember still that you're like, man, this track is awesome? I mean, this line is awesome.
Oh my gosh. It was the first time I was like, wow, I'm actually being mean to him. Whoa. What does it say? Yeah, you had to scratch that itch. Now you looking like a bitch or something like that. I called him a bitch, and I was like,
you called the man a bitch.
And he was like one of those people that like loves Andrew Tate, so very like, you know what I mean? So for me, I was just like, yes,
you
like,
got him.
yeah, I hit with the like masculine strike. I called him a bitch.
Got him where it hurts.
I know. So yeah, that line for me for sure does it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm sure they know. Cause I'm like, I feel like I'd be so obvious sometimes with like with the timing of my songs and the way that they're written, and I post on my stories, whatever. Yeah, I'm sure they know.
Like, the song's about you. But it's not really about you, but it's about you.
It's not really about you, but it's for sure about you. Yeah.
So, like, the way social media is nowadays, because I remember when I was first listening to music way back in the day, it would be more like bands would like record a song, go out on tour, and then that's how they would get fans. Now it's record a song, post a billion times on like Instagram and TikTok, and then maybe we can go on tour.
Yeah.
How has social media affected the way that you write music now? Because I know, like, now, you know, social media, it makes it so that people only listen to like 30 to a minute.
You got 2-3 seconds to hook somebody.
Yeah, if that, right.
If you do not hook somebody in those 2-3 seconds, they're gonna just scroll right past you.
So do you write songs just to, like, okay, with social media in mind, or do you like, all right, however the song has to be?
Should I? Maybe, but no, I definitely don't, because my music is my art. So it's like, no matter what, I'm still gonna do what the hell I want to do. Like, I'm a Leo. I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want to do, regardless of how it goes or whatever. Now, I will plan the content. Like, I'll get an idea for what I want for the content after I finish the song. It's kind of like that comes after I have the song idea, after I know what it's about, after I have, you know, whatever. And it's like, whatever comes to my mind about content that I think would work is great. So, like, when I did the Can't Stay content, which Can't Stay isn't out yet, but it'll be out sometime in the summer. And I decided to do like a kidnapping scene. I was like, oh, I want to do an experiment and see if that will hook people. And it actually did. Like, organically, before I even did an ad on it, it was at 4,000 something views, which is normally more than I would get organically on something, you know, when I'm still starting out. And then even when I did the ad on it, which I'm like, damn, I should have just waited to do the ad, because everyone's like, where's this song? Where is this song? And I'm like,
it's not here.
It's not out yet, but stay tuned.
I saw that scene on your Instagram. Where did that idea come from to do that kidnapping scene? Is that part of the lyrics of your song or something?
Yeah, because basically Can't Stay is written about like knowing when you have to leave when you're in a toxic relationship and you just can't stay here anymore. So it feels like you're being kidnapped. And so that kind of idea sparked my kidnapping scene. And I had my brother and his friend film it for me. They did a great job. Shout out Phil, Syed.
You have some cool footage for Throw in the Towel. Do you have like somebody that like records your stuff? Like, how does your like how does your filming go?
So the videographers I usually work with are Ramis and Shu. Shout out to them as well. They're phenomenal.
Are they like on Instagram or anything? How can people find them?
They are. It's Ramis Nayani, and then Shu is like find that Yeti.brew. I think.
Oh yeah.
Don't quote me on that. But yeah, they're on Instagram. They'll be tagged on my posts. So if you go and find they do more of the like professional quality, more camera work, and then I've had some of my friends shoot me. I just worked with Kid Hooli. He does music too, and he just started doing content, and he does a great job. So he's the one who did some of the Throw in the Towel ones. And then one of my friends and my roommate, Mo, also a phenomenal musician. He's helped me with some of the content too. That we just shot for Throw in the Towel with just my camera. You know what I mean? We're like, whatever. But we are gonna get more content for Throw in the Towel for sure. In Denver, I'm going to Denver with Ramis in like 2 weeks. So there's more content coming, which will be fire. They have amazing cameras. I can't tell you the specs and all that.
And they got awesome weed too.
In Denver, yes, I'm very excited about that. That's why I was just like, I think I need to ease myself a little bit before I like hit it with a complete sober and then smoke Denver weed. I would be like,
you're gonna be asleep the whole time.
I know, that's why I'm just like I've been kind of easing and allowing like myself to smoke here and there a little more so I can prep myself for the Denver trip. Because otherwise, I would literally be knocked out.
I went to Denver one time for like a week, just to have like a fun trip with friends and stuff. When we drove there, we drove back with like a shit ton of weed, and we were literally like, I don't know, like 5 hours back, almost 5 hours away from Chicago. and we got stopped by the police, and they take all our weed away.
Oh no!
It was like either take all our weed away and throw it out, or some of us get like arrested. So we're like, take the weed.
They smoked that shit.
They probably did.
They're like, bet.
You know what they didn't find though? They didn't find all the wax I had because it was smellless.
There you go. A win is a win. Win is a win.
Do you have any crazy like weed? Have you ever been to Denver or Colorado?
I have. We actually brought our weed back on the plane.
Okay, so how did you do that? Because I've heard
just put it in the fucking carry-on and in the baggage, bro. And we even got this was before everything was
like legal.
Legal.
Yeah.
And what year was this? It must have been 2017.
Oh, that was
2018, bro.
That was still like illegal.
Yeah. So like obviously Colorado was legal, but here it wasn't.
Yeah.
For some reason, we got lucky, bro. I was just like, I'm freaking the fuck out. But the guy I was with at the time, he's like, it's okay. Like,
we do this all the time.
Literally, I'm like, okay, all right, you do what you gotta do. So he put it in our like carry on in our luggage. Okay, I don't condone this behavior, but but yeah, and we even got in the luggage when we opened it up later, like, this bag has been searched, and they didn't take shit. What? They didn't take nothing.
That's nuts.
I brought back like a bong. It wasn't really used, and then I was so sad because it broke like literally the next day.
I'm like, I went through all this
drama. No, but it's fine. And yeah, we brought a shit ton back, dude. Like, I was
insane.
Flabbergasted how this even worked.
I've heard of friends like doing that, and I'm just like, one time I accidentally, I guess I had lost a little nugget of weed inside my shoe, and I put that shoe on to go, fly in an airplane or whatever. I even take it off like when they search you and stuff or whatever, and goes right through. I come back in, I put my shoe on, and I see a little nugget of weed, and I was like shitting bricks. I'm like, oh shit, they might arrest me now. I'm probably going to jail. Oh shit. So like to hear somebody be like, we just brought weed back on an airplane and it was no big deal. I'm just like, how the fuck?
Yeah, but yeah, no, I mean, I guess it is possible. I do know people that literally just like, just put it in your carry-on. I can't do it. I'd be freaking out. I'd be like, I don't know, bro. I can't do this. So I just usually, if I'm going like internationally somewhere or even wherever, like obviously now there's a lot of like legal states, so you can just buy it there. But if I'm going internationally everywhere, it's a tea break for me, babe. Like, it's fine.
Did you hear about that one basketball player that got arrested in like Russia or something for like the female basketball player?
The woman, yeah, I did. That's
insane.
Fucked. Yeah, and she just had a car, I think, or something like that.
Like, think about it, like, to be arrested in a whole other country with like a little tiny amount,
I'd be shitting bricks.
Be done, bro.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm good. I'm just gonna take a tea break. It's all good.
Oh man.
But yeah, no, I feel like now being sober has sort of helped with that too. I don't get more of an itch of just like, oh, I need to smoke right now. I'm just like, yeah, I'll be fine. Like, it's all good. So,
what's like a couple pieces of advice you can give somebody that like abuses substances that maybe wants to take a little break or whatever?
Take it slow, unless you're one of those people who can quit cold turkey. Quit cold turkey. That's the best way to do it. You know what I mean? Because you're kind of just like, okay, I'm done, and that's it. But if you're one of those people that can't, your want has to be bigger than your will. Is that what it is?
I think so.
Yeah, because you wanting to stop has to be bigger than like, oh, okay, I have to do this and da-da-da-da-da, because you want to stop, and that's it. You know what I mean? And yeah, and you have that within you, have that determination, you have that motivation, and it just kind of keeps you at that place. But you have to really want it. If you don't want it, then
it's not going
to happen. and yeah, you're not going to be able to help yourself. You know what I mean? To get through it. But it's possible. Everything is possible. You just got to put your mind to it with everything that you do.
Are you religious, or are you just?
I am religious. I actually reverted to Islam like last year, but I'm a very like put all of the religions together as one, and that's to me like it seemed like, because I just think it's all connected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm very like spiritually religious.
God has many names is what I like to say, you know what
yeah,
I mean?
exactly. So for me, I kind of think about it in that way, and Islam to me was the most like kind of like, there's so many, misconceptions about it and everything, and And I
What
feel
were you
like
before? Were you religious before you converted to Islam?
I was like spiritual, more so spiritual in a sense, but I was Christian. Like I came from, that's what I was
That's
born into.
yeah.
And
What made you want to convert into Islam?
a lot of my friends, and in just speaking about them and having kind of like deep talks about everything, I realized that a lot of my personal beliefs were very, very similar. And when I read the Quran, it was like, oh, this is it. Like, this is it. Everything explained things to a T exactly as like I thought about them and how I understand the world. And I think that's what kind of brought everything together for me.
Have you ever read the Bible? Is like the Quran different from like? I mean, obviously it's different, right? But like, what major differences for people? Because I've never read the Quran before, and so
Yeah.
I'm just curious, like, what do people see?
There are probably some similarities, but the Quran for me is just, it's never been altered, and the other two have. So for me, I was just like, okay, I'm already like, yeah. And the way that it's written is just so beautiful. Honestly, I've never read the full Bible, just parts of it. And I probably will, just to kind of like get an idea of everything too. But when I read the Quran, it kind of brought everything together because it mentions even parts from the Torah and the Bible.
Oh,
so
shit.
it's like, to me, I was like, it felt like I was reading all three, you know what I mean? The way that it was brought down as it was meant. Because I think like the discrepancies in the Bible for me were just because it's been altered, that I was like, then am I really getting the true word of God that was brought down? You know what I mean?
Right,
because
right.
it's been changed.
Right, by
But
humans too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. And here it's just like it's never been changed.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I feel like I'm getting what was brought down. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
And even when you listen to it, it's like this feeling. It's incredible. So
Does any of your religious aspects translate into your music at all?
yeah, I feel like now it does more.
Yeah.
Because I feel like after I reverted, I became very much more godly and more about everything in that way. Thinking about everything in that way, which I did before, but again, it was very spiritual. So it was very like, oh, universe and, you know, all these different things. And now it's God or Allah, of course, but
Or
it's the
Allah.
same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Allah is just Arabic for God. But yeah, he's at the forefront. And I mentioned God in probably like almost every single one of my songs now, especially with the rock stuff too. Because I want to like also, you know, not even in a way of just like be religious, because I think everyone is, you know, you can live as you're meant. God wills who he wills, whatever way it goes. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just like, I'm not here to tell you what to do or how to do it or how to live your life. But to say whatever name it is that you use for source, right? Or the higher power. I want to be able to relate that in my music too, so that you know that you're coming back to God, you're coming back to self, right? So I think I started mentioning it a little bit more too, because it kind of puts everything hand in hand with the healing aspect of the music. So yeah.
Right. Sweet. No, that makes a lot of sense. I know a lot of musicians tend to write about like not necessarily their faith in the music, but like, you know, they give little glimpse here and there about like, okay, this is what I'm about, and so music is very personal to everyone. You know what I mean?
Very personal.
What are some artists that you wanna collaborate with in the near future? Maybe not necessarily here from Chicago, but like just in general, like if you know anybody out there, shout them out or whatever.
I would love to collaborate with Paramore, obviously. That would be like a dream of mine. I actually really still love EDM, and I think rock and dubstep would go so hard. So I have a few people on my like list of people that I would love to collaborate with in terms of like dubstep.
Right.
Hostage Situation for sure is one. They're definitely one of my faves. And then 2%, which amazing. Like I've seen him literally go from, I don't even know, when I first tapped in with him, it was like 2 or 3K followers. So now he's like over 22, 23, 24,000, something like that. So to see like somebody's growth, and even with the music and everything, he's definitely a person I would love to collaborate with, because I think we would make some fire. Yeah, in terms of right now, that's probably the only few that I can think of.
What about like famous people other than like Paramore? Do you have any other that you would dream to like collaborate with, or like?
I would
maybe
love to do a song with J. Cole just to see
Cole.
what it would come out as. I think that would be super fun. One day it would have been Avicii. That was always on my list of people I would love to collaborate with, but obviously can't do that. Rest in peace. And who else? I'm a, like very non-mainstream. Like even when I say collaborations, I'm thinking of like my friends that I want to collaborate with. You know what I mean? Who would be someone? Justin Bieber. I would love to do a song with Justin Bieber. That would be fire. Oh, and John Summit. John Summit would be another EDM guy that I would love to do a song with. Because I feel like that would also just be super
Isn't he playing
fun.
like Lollapalooza or something?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. I think.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, what are some of your favorite genres right now?
I still love all of them. Definitely dubstep for sure. I'm such an EDM hardcore fanatic. I don't think it's ever gonna go away. But definitely dubstep for sure. I've been listening to a lot of dubstep. I need to get my aggression up. So that's been fun. In terms of like some of the mainstream, again, I'm like so bad. I don't really listen to the radio. I don't know some of the new and up and coming artists, which I should. Definitely tap into it a little bit more. Because I still just listen to like old stuff, or I listen to my friends. But lately, I guess just kind of what's been on my radar. Oh, Lamb just came out, and she's fire.
Yeah.
She's super fire.
Is that another EDM artist?
She's like, it's not necessarily EDM. Like there's electronic aspects. It's more like, I don't know, hyper pop, I guess, kind of that kind of sound. Dark pop. And it's just so good. She just has such catchy music. And just on the Bella Renee would also be another person I would love to collaborate with too. She's a drum and bass like artist too, but she sings. She's amazing. Yeah, honestly, I'm saying a bunch of EDM stuff. That's kind of lately what I've been listening to. You'd think I'd be listening to rock.
More rock, but
no, just upset. And when I listen to rock, Izzy Arden is a great artist too. She's super, super inspiring. Everyone's kind of sort of doing the little bit of the rock wave, and I think it's a beautiful thing to see. Yeah.
No, that's cool. I always ask artists that same question, and they always give me like artists that are completely opposite of what they're doing, and I'm just like, that's interesting, but somehow it bleeds into what they're doing. You know what I mean? It's all like, like I'll ask like some death metal like artist, what's some inspiration or what's something that you've been listening to recently? Aretha Franklin. What? But your music is like,
get like the full spectrum of things. I know. You'd think I'm like, literally in my head right now, I'm just like, why am I not listening to rock music right now? Why am I listening to dubstep? But honestly, it's fine. It works.
So when you write music and you're writing lyrics, do you have like a melody first that you're just like, and then you write lyrics to, or you have a lyric in mind first? You're like, maybe I can come up with like a cool melody for that.
No, I definitely do melody first. What comes first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know which one's which, but I do the melody first.
Always
for
melody,
sure.
Yeah.
Because I will hum something. Like I'll listen to a beat. Let's say I'll hum something and I'll create a whole entire vocal melody for it, and then I'll just listen to that. And usually in that vocal melody, I'll have a few words, and I'm like, all right, this is what the song wants me to write about. So I'll just kind of write to that. And yeah, Rhymer's Block is a great app that I use for when I can't come up with something.
You said Rhymer's Block?
Rhymer's Block, yeah. And it'll like, you can put a word in there that like will put whatever rhymes with that word. So then once I write and I get stuck, I'm like, cool. I use Rhymer's Block.
Well, my next question was going to be how to get over writer's block, but I guess you just said
Rhymer's Block. I don't know if I've ever been in a position where I had true writer's block where I like couldn't write. And well, okay, I guess there's been a few times. Anytime I come back from Poland for some reason, I have this like, maybe because I'm there for such a longer time that I'm not really necessarily working on music. But then I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense because you think it's fine. But for some reason, anytime I come back from Poland, there's usually a nice chunk of time where I'm like, I can't think of anything right now. And how do I get over it? I just let myself like feel it, pass through it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like when you try to force it and control it, it's
not even good.
It's not gonna happen. Not the way that you want. Or just like work on the muscle too. Literally go on YouTube, look up some random beats, just start writing to that, see if something happens. Don't force it. If nothing's really happening, don't force it. Take another day, rest, do what you got to do. Sometimes it's just asking us to take the time to rest, and I feel like people forget that, you know what I mean? And rest is important. So.
Have you heard about the 15-minute rule? Some writers used or some musicians use where they'll like concentrate fully. They have like a little timer sometimes even. It will be like just for 15 minutes because apparently that's how long your brain can like hold like a good idea for or something like that. Yeah. Don't quote me on that, guys. Right. But they'll do like 15 minutes. They'll put the timer on. They'll step back for 5 minutes and then they'll go back in. You ever heard of that?
I have heard of that, and it does work. Because there'll be literally times when I'm like writing something, working on something, and I'm like, this is ass. And then I will just take some time, do whatever, just step away for him. And then I'll listen to it and I'm like, damn, this is good. So, it's just like when you're over listening to something like again and again and again and again, and it's repetitive, you just need to step away for a little bit sometimes, and you'll have a way different perspective. So
when you post things online, do you ever like read the comments? Do you ever get like any angry messages from people or anything?
Yeah, sometimes when I do some ads, like you'll get random people kind of being angry. The first time that it happened, I was like overly distraught. I'm like, people hate me.
Do you remember like the comment it was or message or whatever?
There was somebody else in the song, and actually I don't know who they were referring to. I just assumed they're referring to me, but there was somebody else in the song, and they were like, take the whatever girl off and it's a hit. I'm just like, damn, no.
Like, you do know it's my song,
it's
right?
Fire. Don't get me wrong.
Oh man.
And just like people were just, I guess, mean.
What how did you handle that situation? Did you just
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just nice. I'll always respond back very nice. Or like, I think there's been time when someone literally be like, this is not good or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, thank you for listening. You know what I mean? Like, just like kill them with kindness. That's my thing.
You commented on my thing, so I guess you listen. Thank you for that.
Yeah, and like now if somebody I haven't gotten hate comments in a minute. So now I feel like if I did, I would just be like, may God bless you. You know what I mean? Like, because it's
that's like the perfect answer.
What is someone going to say to that?
Oh, shit. No, God bless you.
like, may God bless you. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, obviously you're angry about something that probably has nothing to do with me. So I think, like, when you think about things like that, you have to understand that, like, most of the time people would be saying things and just projecting and just, like, that's just really what it is at the end of the day.
When they write hate comments, they're really just mad at themselves pretty much.
Yeah, facts. So it's just like, aw, I'm sorry. You know
Thank you
what I
for
mean?
listening.
Thank you for listening.
So now that like pretty much TikTok runs music nowadays, what are do you think that albums are still a good idea, or just releasing singles is the way to go?
I'm not going to lie. Things that I've been told, plus also just my own sort of perspective on it, I think singles are the way to go right now, until you have a fan base that you can roll an album out for. Because an album, it can only get you so far. You know what I mean? And when you have a promo and marketing plan set in stone for each single and you're giving it the space that it needs, you're allowing that to have the most that it could possibly have for each song, which I feel like an album is just like so much. And you're going to be spending a lot of time, a lot of money on rolling out a whole album, not necessarily knowing whether or not it's going to hit, when you can just take each song from that album, give it its own rollout, you know what I mean?
Give
and
it
like
its own 5 minutes to shine or whatever. Yeah.
And see what people like and enjoy. And like, it's all kind of a game, and it's also kind of an experiment, you know what I mean? When you're first starting out with music, because you have to learn the algorithm, you have to learn certain social media tactics, you got to learn this, that, and the third. And that alone will teach you so much more. So when you finally get to a place where you're understanding these things, go ahead and roll the album out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you'll have more of a better, I guess, clarity on how to move with that. And I've also been told too, where even if you do have an album, still do the waterfall method where you're releasing a single and then you're kind of putting that at the end of just like, okay, now here's the full album. but you're still giving that time and that content and that space for all these individual things to get rolled out. I guess that's my own personal opinion, but also too, I haven't worked on a full album. I've done EPs, but I haven't worked on a full album. Just because, again, I feel like I'm just giving myself the time and the space to like work on songs individually, get better at my craft, and then when I feel like I can finally create a full vision of an album, which I've had ideas for, is when I'll do that.
Yeah.
And go about that.
How many EPs have you released so far? I guess both as Cakes and as Velvet Red.
Velvet Red only has the one song.
The one song.
I may or may not do an EP with some of the stuff that I have coming. We'll see. But for now, I think I'm just going to stick to single rollout. And then as Cakes, I did have one EP, The Balance of Light and Dark, which was fun. And it's a very emotional, cinematic like piece of just your range of emotions when you're happy, when you're sad, and when you put them together.
Okay.
Hence the name, The Balance of Light and Dark. And that one was so fun because we even did the branding, the content, and everything. And I feel like it's such a beautiful piece of art, but it didn't get the recognition that it kind of deserved in that way.
Right.
Which kind of was, for me, I was just like, ouch. But I could also understand because they're slow songs. They're very emotional. They're very cinematic. So it's like, I don't think I at the time had the, I don't think I had the space to do that kind of like music and give it the shine that it needed and it deserved.
Right.
And I also didn't have the idea and understanding of content like I do now. I made one like reel for each song and I'm like, cool, that's it, my work here is done. Can't do that, unfortunately.
You gotta do like a trillion for each
literally
song.
So
oh man,
I feel like now, knowing the things I know now, if I had that project, I'd probably be able to roll it out so much better than I did then. But that's okay, that's how we learn, you know what I mean? So yeah,
No,
I would
that's
say
cool.
definitely just single roll out and just learn, take the time.
Yeah, I haven't heard of many artists that I like nowadays that like do too many albums.
Yeah.
So definitely just singles
Yeah.
are the way to go. You have a Polish background, I know that.
I do, yes.
Is Poland a good place for a brown person to visit?
I mean, yes. Okay, so there's Warsaw.
I've heard like many things. I've heard like some people are like, some Polish people that I've asked are like, yeah, for sure, they'll treat you nice. Some people that are like,
they'll
maybe hold
treat
up.
you nice. They'll treat you nice, but the thing is, like, bruh, I love my people.
Bruh. That said
I
it
love
all.
my people. But can we be a bit judgmental? Yeah, and I feel like because of that, even to each other. Like that's why sometimes whenever I go home, as like now I've lived in America, so I have this kind of different understanding and like how I go about life. You just like, it's the stares for me. It's the like
now she's got the American accent.
Like they're just judging you, and you can tell, or like they'll say things like, I know the language, you know what I mean? So it's just like they think that we're like millionaires coming, and it's like this judgment that's like whatever. So for like someone who's brown, it's even more so because it's like different. But there are places now in Poland that it's like you're better off going there because it's such an open and sort of like much more like modern type of thinking, you know what I mean? Like even with
that.
LGBTQ, like it's all fine, nobody's gonna, you know, do whatever, say whatever, da. So that will be Warsaw and Kraków for sure. Those are like the two main places. Yeah, Warsaw I think for sure is a more.
Yeah. You ever been to any other part of the world?
Yeah, my family travels a lot. So I've been to France, I've been to Croatia, I've been to Hungary, I've been to Switzerland, I've been to Italy, I've been to a lot of different places.
Which one of those places is your favorite, and what made it your favorite?
Italy for sure is top 3, and Spain, love Spain, and Croatia. I think those will always be my top 3.
Yeah.
Because it's just so beautiful. I'm a sucker for history, so Italy obviously I'm like,
Let's look at the Colosseum, guys.
Let's go. And just all the different, like even if you go to the other, can't even tell you the names of stuff, but like where the castles are and the different like, this and this guy lived here and woo woo. I'm just like reading every little
All the cool
thing.
Gothic castles and shit.
Yes. And fuck, like Switzerland's also up there too. All right, I guess I have top 4.
I've never been to Spain, but that's definitely next on my bucket list for
fire. Sure. Spain is super super fire.
I like their Spanish accent.
Yeah, and the food. I'm a foodie. I love food.
Yeah.
So traveling and just getting to experience different foods is incredible. I'm definitely got a travel bug. Shout out to my parents. They for sure are the ones who gave us that.
Speaking of parents, what did they think when you wanted to pursue music as a career?
You're crazy.
Where they're like, we want a doctor or a lawyer.
Literally, it's just like, you don't want to go to school and do this and do that. And I never went to like a university. I never went to, the traditional whatever.
Right.
I was just like, I don't see the point. I don't see the point. I want to do music. Like, this is what I want to do. So even when I did pick a school that was more college-esque, like I went to Harper College, which is like a community college. And even when I was like, okay, now I'm going to another college, it was a trade school for music. So my parents were just like, okay, I give up. And I was obviously doing the DJing stuff and kind of going down that route. They were not with they were not. They were like, no. This
like,
is
where do we
not
go
what
wrong?
you should be doing. Yeah. They love, like, they liked the fact that I sing good, and that was always like a thing. But it was like, they're not gonna make money in this. This is you know what I mean? Whatever you hear, that's pretty normal of, that caliber and everything. But they changed their mind, I think, when they saw me kind of like really perform and going full force in that.
Do they go to a lot of your performances?
No. No. They've been to 2. 3. They've been to 3, and the
Were
last
they like, why
one,
is it too loud?
Right.
Just kidding.
Sometimes even when I was releasing R&B, they were like, this is not it. My EDM stuff, they're like, okay. I released a song in Polish. They were like, yes.
This is what we wanted.
Literally. And with the rock stuff, they were like, this is not a good idea, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, dude, until they went to my show. They went to my last show at Book Club. And that was a phenomenal show. And I think, like, the crowd reaction, even people going up to them and being like, your daughter's incredible.
Awesome, yeah.
They were like, okay, all right, go ahead. Do what you got to do.
What was your last show at Book Club like? Do you have any favorite, like, I guess, fan interaction stories from that show? Yeah,
we have a video of me and 16th performing Can't Stay, which is a song that we'll have coming out in the summer. And you just hear, like, the people in the crowd going, like, yeah, whoa. So that was, like, to just have that is just incredible. I think that show was the first time, like, I did a full Vlvt Red kind of everywhere. I was still Cakes then, but I still did my Vlvt Red set.
You were Cakes, but you performed as Vlvt Red.
Exactly. So that one was just so fire. I mean, shout out to my friends and family who went, but also just everybody who was there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure, like, when those instances happen, you get a lot of, like, adrenaline pumping in your, like, system. And then after the show, how do you, like, decompress from all that? I know everybody has a different answer. What's yours?
I definitely would smoke. Now that I sometimes don't have that, you kind of just take it all in. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of, like, I'm again very introspective person, so even just to sit there and, like, meditate and be with self and just be like, wow, that just happened, and, like, I'm meant for this, and you get the sort of those confirmations of, like, this is what I'm meant to be doing because of this feeling right here. And it's like something to hold on to. So definitely just to sit with self. I guess if you do smoke or not, you're still going to be introspective. So
kind of like meditating, you know what I mean?
Meditating, yeah, exactly. And just meditating
kinda like
on
soaking it all in
exactly,
a little bit.
Exactly. I think that's the best way to go about it, you know what I mean? And just take that praise and that recognition that you get from your friends and family and use that to propel you forward.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The way I decompress after a show is 2 shots of Jack Daniels and a giant joint from whatever dispensary is nearby.
Smoking is fire. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just like, man, I don't know, man. I tried to break up with Mary Jane so many times, but she keeps coming back, bro.
I've like quit drinking multiple times. I've quit like other substances multiple times, but like marijuana, I just can't get over
She's
it.
just always gonna be here, bro. She always got your back no matter what.
I always have like Bob Marley playing in the background all the time.
Yeah, I was born at 4:20 a.m. I always tell my mom. Yeah, I tell my mom like, this is your doing. This is why.
I'm smoking because of you. Awesome. So we're coming close to the end of our show here, but before that, I have a couple of rapid fire questions.
Okay, here we go.
If we want to do this real quick. All right, so let me pull this up right here. All right, some I guess kind of already answered, but lyrics or melody?
Lyrics.
Sweet. Simple song or a complex song?
Complex.
Studio perfection or raw emotion?
Raw emotion, for sure.
Freestyle or written music?
Written. I can't freestyle.
You think attention spans are ruining music?
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, because I think if people really gave the time to let certain things shine, they might be able to find more than what they're actually like, you know, looking for. And I feel like the 2-3 seconds to hook someone, like sometimes
that's insane.
Yeah, that's literally insane. But yeah, so I definitely think it's ruining music because I feel like we'd have so many more people out in the open if they just got the recognition they deserve, you know?
Yeah.
Especially now, some of the mainstream stuff, I'm like, what?
The fuck is this? Like,
and you're telling me that this person isn't up, but this person is up?
It kind of boggles my mind when I see somebody that like didn't put too much, or at least in my mind, they didn't put too much like thought into whatever they're releasing, and they get like just blown up, and then this person that writes like very intricate music that's probably put in a lot of thought and effort just stays at like, you know, a plateau or whatever.
I know, it's insane. So yes, I definitely think they're ruining music.
Yeah, sweet. Would you prefer a high energy crowd, or would you prefer like perfect vocals when you're performing?
High energy crowd.
High energy crowd, even if you fuck up a little bit.
Yeah, whatever. We're human. We were meant to fuck up and make mistakes. It's how we learn. Plus, like when you're in the moment and you're performing, it kind of gives you a little bit of a chance to like know what to do when you do fuck up and you know you fucked up and you're like, all right, how do I swing this? And it teaches you. So everything's a beautiful teaching moment, and there's nothing like the crowd going crazy for you. Nothing like it.
Oh yeah.
So,
do you prefer big vinyls, tiny CDs, or just streaming platforms?
definitely, I mean, vinyls are fire. They sound amazing and crisp. I have not put any of my music on vinyls, but that would be kind of fire. So I guess I would have to say streaming, but internally, like what I would want to go towards is for sure vinyls, because it's just such a
vinyls are
such
cool.
a sound.
It's definitely a lost art for sure. Like it takes a little bit of effort to actually sit through the entire thing and listen to it.
Exactly.
I guess you can skip it, but who wants to do that?
Right. Literally.
So with that being said, covers or remix of song? I know you did a cover of a Paramore song. Do you prefer people doing covers or just remixes of original songs? I know you also do EDM.
Man, that's a hard question. I think remixes are fire. Because, yes, do covers for sure, but still try to make it where you're showcasing your kind of side to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I guess that's where more of my introspection part comes. But, yeah, definitely, I'll say remixes. Yeah.
Now, speaking of covers, cover bands of bands that are still alive, yes or no?
I think yeah, because here's the thing. I don't have a problem with anybody doing what they want to do, man.
Right.
And if you just enjoy playing music and you like that it's written for you and you're doing what you got to do, go crazy. I support you wholeheartedly. You know what I mean? Like, it's fire. People get to experience the music live, and I think it's a beautiful thing. So I absolutely have no qualms with that whatsoever. But I also think, like, don't let the fear of thinking you're not able to make your own music stop you. You know what I mean, too. So it's really just like a personal thing. If you really just enjoy playing other people's music, by all means, go crazy. But you can do it too. So
For sure, for sure. Do you think going viral is overrated, or is that something you strive for your music?
I think the only reason we as musicians and artists strive for it is because we know that maybe it'll give us the recognition. But is it like at the forefront of everything that I do? No, because I'm just here to make art. You know what I mean? So it's like I kind of want to put that on the back burner, but then because of the way that the world is nowadays, you kind of can't put it at the back burner because you're trying to have that viral moment so that you can, continue to put in the money that you need in order to make this move. So it's a tough spot to be in. But I think, again, if you just take your time to really learn the social media aspect of it, it's not necessarily striving for virality. It's striving to find the people who are meant to find you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Artists using AI to help them write music.
Don't do it. No, 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 no. I mean, I know that there's some artists who are just like, okay, it's here and it's here to stay. I don't know, man. Again, as someone who loves the aspect of storytelling, I love the aspect of writing and everything like that. It just doesn't. It takes away from that human and personal experience. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Yeah.
why? I don't want to sit there and then, you know what I mean? Even if you're using it as a tool, I don't know. I think like I will always look at it differently because it's just like when I know that I can create something from start to finish without the help of anything making it for me, that to me is better. It's more human. It's more raw. It's more emotion. It's more feeling.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel the same. AI can't take away the human aspect of what a song is meant to be.
That's all we have left. So don't give it to them. Don't give them the power.
Oh, man.
I don't want it to get to a point where like people are generally just like, whatever. It is what it is. And everybody now uses AI because it's all the music's going to start sounding the same.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, I don't know. I just can't. I can't do it. Just do it yourself. Do it your damn self.
It's definitely a double-edged sword. Like some people use it for, just to help them write. Some people just write their entire songs off AI.
Yeah.
It's like you can tell right away.
Literally. I'm like, no, please.
Man. All right. Next question. What's one song that you wish you've written?
Ooh. Misery Business by Paramore. It's such a hit, bro.
Oh, man.
It is such a hit. I know it's gosh. And I think like that's the one song that I was like, there's no way I could do rock. I can't hit notes like that. But I can. You know what I mean? So I think like
not with that attitude.
Yeah, no, not with that attitude, ma'am, until I finally did it. And now I can. So yeah, I think if I wrote Misery Business, that would be fire. But Haley did her thing, bro, as she always does.
Yeah, and then she's always playing like shows as like Haley Williams too, not just Paramore, which are always like selling out too.
Yep,
it's insane, man. That's top notch, man.
Top notch. She's one of them ones.
You read a lot about like relationships. Do you is music to like help you break up with somebody or to get over it?
Both. Both. I think I write about the whole entire experience of life. You know what I mean? Like, so relationships are, pivotal because you have your heartbreak, you have your love, you have your good, you have your bad. And I kind of want to write about it all because we're all feeling it. We're all going through it. So as much as they put you in a position of like, for example, Can't Stay is about knowing to leave and trying to leave, you know what I mean? Or there's the songs that are written after the breakup is over, or there's even the songs that are written during when the love is there and it's real and it's raw and it's fun, you know what I mean? It's just touching on all of those because that's what makes the human experience. So yeah.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Are you different in real life versus your music persona?
Not necessarily.
It's all just you?
I feel like I try to now give the rock stuff a little bit more like edge and aggression, and I'm just still me. I'm too nice. I'm this, I'm that. I'm just like
on stage I look mean,
as much
but
as
I'm
I
not really
try.
mean.
You know what I mean? Like there ain't no way I'ma always shine through there. So but in terms of like the clothing and branding and whatever, I'm like, okay, be in that mode.
Hell yeah. This next question, I feel like most musicians fit into like one specific category, but are you more of a emotional or a logical person?
Emotional.
I feel like most musicians are.
Yeah, I know.
Oh man.
But hey, that's why we get, all the experiences in our life so we can write about it.
That's what makes a hit.
That's what makes a hit. Yeah, so definitely emotional for sure.
Are you the therapist friend or like the more chaotic friend?
Definitely therapist friend, for sure. I have always been sort of like I love to give advice, healing. Again, the healing aspect of it has always been so at the forefront of everything that I do. And sometimes I give great advice, but I don't be taking it. You know what I mean?
It'd be like that.
Boy,
I should take my own
what?
advice, guys.
Why am I not my own therapist? Not even listening to myself. Crazy work. Yeah.
All right. Last rapid fire question. What kind of person are you becoming this next year?
I think I'm finally becoming me and allowing myself to just shine and not be blocked or distracted or anything of that. To just be with self and truly understand who I am and what that means and how to, provide for myself in this world by just shining with love with everything that I do. So I think for the first time in my life, I'm finally becoming me. I'm not with somebody that's, sort of putting myself in a mind space of just like, who do I need to be? No, like this is like just solely me being like, who am I? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
like you're figuring out
I'm figuring out who I really am and like how I show up in this world. And it just feels like I'm home. Like I said, I want to always go back to that. So that's how I'm showing up this year. I'm showing up as wholeheartedly me.
As fucking Velvet
raw,
Red.
As Velvet Red. Raw emotion and just super introspective, ready to just be all of me and shine and give the world everything that it needs through my pain and my sorrow.
Take my pain. It's all for you.
Exactly.
I did this for you.
I did this for you.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, dude. I've had a great time talking to you today.
Thank you.
This
Me
show
too.
was awesome. So before we leave, what's a piece of advice that you would give your younger self?
Just don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. Don't give up and just keep going, because no matter what, even when you feel broken and bruised and shattered, you always find that light within yourself and you pick yourself up, and you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about a damn thing. So just keep going, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then right before we end, are there any people you want to give a shout out to? Any fellow musicians, any producers you might have worked with?
Yeah, so Andre is someone that I'm working with right now for music stuff. He is phenomenal, and his band Sora Kai, they are amazing and incredible. Definitely check them out. Yeah, I feel like I kind of throughout the show have mentioned everybody I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's it.
We'll tag him at some point.
Yeah, exactly. And just, shout out to all my friends who have sort of been on this journey with me. You know who you are. I feel like if I sat here and just listed a bunch of names, we'd be here for the next 2 hours. So.
Somebody will get mad that you missed them.
Exactly. So I'm like, but you know who you are, and I appreciate you for allowing me to just be creative and find the space and yeah, just be me. Oh, and then my two rock artist friends, Thorn and a band called Vlvt. Definitely check them out too. Incredible artists who have also allowed me the space to just do this rock stuff and giving me the support that is needed and necessary. So shout out to you guys.
Any upcoming shows you got?
I don't have any upcoming shows, but we are working on a music video and a new project rollout for all the singles. So just stay tuned.
You had a song called Cirque du Soleil.
I do have a song called Cirque du Soleil. That's what the music video is being shot for.
Oh yeah. Do you know when that comes out at all?
So like I think hopefully if everything works out good, hopefully by the end of May, sometime by the end of May with the video and everything. If not, then June.
Oh yeah.
But between those 2 months, stay tuned because we want to put a lot of work into that. We're
definitely
gonna
looking
record
forward
it,
to that.
Thank you. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
Any last words for our viewers here?
Yeah. I guess same thing. Just don't give up. If you have a dream, do it. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't listen to the outside noise because that's all it is. It's just outside noise. Oh, yeah. Follow what it is that you feel internally that you have to do, and follow your heart always. That's it. That's all I got to say. Vlvt Red out.
Oh, yeah, guys. Well, everybody, thank you for watching. This is the Hawkwinds Radio Picture Show. I'm your host, Jay Smooth, and I hope everybody has a good day.